सगळ्यांक म्हजो मानेचो नमस्कार. सुरवात करचे पयलूच तुमकां सगळ्यांक आजच्या रंगीबेरंगी होलीची उनवणीत हांव परबी भेटयतां आनी तुमचे सगळ्यांच पयलू आभार व्यक्त करता. कारण म्हाका दिसता होलीच्या दिसांनी पत्रकार परिशद अशें तुमी केन्नाच चड अटेंड करना, पूण उतराक मान दिलो, तुम्ही मुजरत आयले, मोठे संख्येन आयले, त्या बद्दल हांव तुमचे मनापासून आभार व्यक्त करता. पयलूच आजच्या पत्रकार परिशदेचो शीर्षक म्हणल्यारूच 37th नॅशनल गेम्स गोंयाक होस्ट करपा खातीर जो मान मेळिल्लो आसा आणि त्या अनुषंगान आज गेले 3 दीस पयलू म्हणजे 4, 5 आणि 6 तारखेक आमच्या आयओईचे डेलिगेशन्स आयिल्ले आशिल्ले आणि अशाच समयाचेर म्हजे बरोबर उपस्थित आसात आमचे आयओईचे एक्झिक्युटिव्ह काउन्सिल मेंबर आणि जीटीसीसीचे चेअरमॅन श्रीमान अमिताभ शर्माजी, त्याच प्रमाणे आमचे ट्रेजरर आयओईचे श्री यादवजी, त्याच प्रमाणे आमचे एक्झिक्युटिव्ह काउन्सिल मेंबर सिंगजी, म्हणजे स्वतःच्यो एक्झिक्युटिव्ह डायरेक्टर स्पोर्ट्स ऑथॉरिटी ऑफ गोवा आणि म्हणजे डिपार्टमेंटाचे डायरेक्टर श्री रोहित कदम. आजची जो आम्ही इन्स्पेक्शन ऑफ वेन्यूज ज्या जाग्यांचेर आमच्यो नॅशनल गेम्स ज्यो वेगळ्यो वेगळ्यो डिसिप्लिन्स ज्यो जातल्यो त्या संदर्भान गेली 3 दीस आमचे आयओए डेलिगेशन इन्स्पेक्शन केल्ले आसात. तांचो ऑब्जर्वेशन कितें आसा, तांचो एक्सपिरियन्स कितें आयिल्लो आसा, दे आर गोइंग टू शेअर विथ यू ऑल. ताच्या पयलूच तदनंतर आमच्यो रिस्पेक्टिव्ह जे डिसिप्लिन्स जे आसात त्या रिस्पेक्टिव्ह डिसिप्लिनाचे टेक्निकल जे एक्सपर्ट जे आसात तेही येऊन ह्या वेन्यूच्या एक फॉर्मल किंवा आमचे लिस्ट तयार झाले नंतर तेव्हा इन्स्पेक्शन करतले. आणि अशा समयाचेर आय एम रिक्वेस्टिंग टू द जीटीसीसी चेअरमॅन श्रीमान अमिताभ शर्माजी to continue with this press conference and explain to the people of Goa and to the press media regarding a 3-day visit to the state of Goa in terms of 37th national games to be hosted in the state of Goa.
Thank you, Honorable Minister Govind Gaudeji. My heartiest congratulations on this beautiful festival of Holi to the entire members of the press, to the entire team of Goa administration, and also to the entire population of Goa. I wish to congratulate and I wish to compliment the government of Goa under the leadership of the Sports Minister Shri Govind Gaude, who has made, I think, this dream, or who is going to make this dream of Goa residents come true to host the 37th National Games in Goa, which is not far sighted anymore. It is going to be in this year, and the preparation and the preparedness of the sports infrastructure is pretty much satisfactory, and the Indian Olympic Association is very much looking forward to have the 37th edition of the National Games in the state of Goa. I would open the house for any specific questions which the friends from media would have, and I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Please, could you share some of your observations? You said you have been inspecting all the venues around, so we would like to know your observations. You said you are very satisfied with the inspection that you have done so far.
Correct. So when I said that we are satisfied with the inspections, there is two part of it to conduct an event. One is the technical conduct, which is just to have a particular sport or a particular discipline in a venue. The other part becomes the mere background, the mere preparedness of the administration to give it a thrust, to give it a push, and to have the availability of the infrastructure. So when I said we are pretty much satisfied, I mean to say that we are satisfied that the state of Goa is fully prepared, is fully charged up to host the 37th National Games. Yes, we are still deep diving into the technical part of it. Like for example, if I can give you, there are certain stadiums or there are certain venues which have been earmarked for different sports and different disciplines. Those sports and those disciplines, the preparedness is satisfactory, that yes, we can have the sport happening here. However, when we go into the technicality of each sport, certain technical requirements, it may be certain equipments, it may be certain arenas, it may be certain infrastructure within the bigger infrastructure that is required, that in the coming days, in the next 1 month or 2 months, we should be fixing whatever is required for a particular sport or for a particular discipline in those arenas. I can take this liberty of having, disclosing a little further to you. Like we have been looking at venues right from the northern side to the southern side of Goa. I would say like from Pedim to Madgaon to the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Stadium, to the athletics stadium, and various many more. So in Fonda, we were planning to host the weightlifting championship in Fonda, or it was being proposed. But we find that it might not be best suitable to have weightlifting in Fonda. We would be having other sports in Fonda, and we would be shifting that particular venue for weightlifting to another venue which we feel is going to be more apt and which will be more easy logistically for that particular sport, because it is a sport which requires a certain area for the competitive part, it requires a certain area for the warm-up part, which has some technicalities in it. It requires a certain amount of concrete base, because you're lifting up weights, and when those weights are put down onto the ground, or when they're thrown onto the ground, it has an impact onto the ground. So taking into those minute technicalities, we are going to be shifting that venue and creating those venues within the available infrastructure which is here. So when I said satisfactory, I think the state of Goa is fully charged up to host the 37th National Games without any doubt.
Thank you.
Is there any major concern that you have at the moment, given that you have visited the venues for the last 3 days?
When you say about major concern, no, there is no major concern per se, but yes, we've had some suggestions. We have had some minor concerns on certain venues, which we have discussed with the delegates of the SAG, with the engineers of the SAG. I would like to compliment them for the work that they have done so far and their understanding about the subject. And we have had interactions with them and deliberations of the past 3 days. And there are a few areas which are requiring attention, and I guess the team of SAG has already started working and has started taking it in the right earnest.
Total how many games? 37, 39 or 42?
Well, that's a good question. At the moment, what I can tell you is that there is 37 for sure. There would be certain games which would be added, because as part of the Indian Olympic Association, and specifically the Indian Olympic Association, which is led by no one else but a very prominent athlete like P.T. Usha ji, our endeavor is to promote sports, and our endeavor is also to promote the domestic and the traditional sports. So we are evaluating, and there would be certain additions to the entire National Games program. So we would be amending our charter. We are in the process of having some internal changes to our manuals, which is required. And in times to come, you would know the exact sports disciplines that would be played in 37 National Games.
Okay, Minister proposed 3 more games to add in the national games. What about this?
Well, I don't think there are 3 more national games. There are,
No,
3 more sports. There are even more sports which we have on our desk to decide from. So we'll let you know very soon that what are the new sports that are going to be part of this new charter.
When you talk about this certain events, certain places and all, are you okay with the arrangement as far as the distance part of all those things?
A very good question. This is one of the part which comes under the technical part, which comes under the conduct part. So we are satisfied, as I mentioned, about the preparedness. You know, the zeal, the will, the charge, the atmosphere which I see here is very overwhelming. And the mere fact that on a festival like Holi today, you have your honorable minister doing this press conference with the director SAG and the ED SAG right on this panel shows that the zeal is there. Coming to the technical conduct part, the venues which are being identified, it has also been taken into consideration that the main persons that are of this national games, which is our athletes and the officials, the venues are less than 10 kilometers away, or even if they are a little away, the logistic part is going to be very well taken care of, so that you have the athletes, the commute of the athletes from the respective places of stay to the arenas or to the stadiums is the least possible. And as you know, whatever administratively, whatever venues that have been decided, most of these venues are very well connected logistically, and there is ample accommodation available near them. Goa itself is world renowned for its hospitality and for the stay that is available here. So I really don't think that we would have any problem there, and it is being part of a minute consideration that the stay arrangements are made very close to the venues of respective
So when
sports.
you talk about infrastructure, you mean to say, I mean, we are not very well satisfied, so there is 0% to say that this has to be done.
I would not say that there is 0%. There is still an element of little bit additions and add-ons that is required. There are certain disciplines which will be done in German hangars, which we will be erecting, because we are very conscious of the fact that when a sports infrastructure is created, what happens after the event, what happens after the games, that sports infrastructure is dedicated to the local diaspora, to the local community, and that is going to be available for the local community to use. So those stadiums will remain. We will have the local populace. We will have the local youth playing in those stadiums, in those arenas. So wherever there have been some minor concerns, they have been deliberated, and in the times to come, whatever are the little missing links, those are going to get welded well.
In
शूटर्स के लिए स्पेशल ग्राउंड स्पेशल स्टेडियम नहीं है तो उसके बारे में क्या करें?
Yes, for this part, thank you very much for bringing up this question. There would be maybe 2 sports disciplines which would have to club with a sister city, I would call it like that. And the talks are on for probably, we are still introspecting. We looked at certain possibilities, but probably a velodrome for the cycling track and the shooting, that might be shifted out of the state of Goa, and in the times to come, a decision on that will be taken. Means we will have it with some other city clubbed as a sister city for just a few sports disciplines.
In Gujarat,
के लिए सेंट्रल मिनिस्टर जब आए थे अनुराग ठाकुर, उन्होंने कहा था कि अगर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में कुछ कमियां रहती है तो बहुत सारे खिलाड़ियों का नुकसान हो जाएगा, तो उसके बारे में सर
देखिए, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में बिल्कुल कोई कमी नहीं रहेगी, और हमें इस बात का काफ़ी भरोसा है कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गोवा ने कोई कमी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्रिएट करने में नहीं छोड़ी, तो खिलाड़ियों के नुकसान होने का कोई सवाल ही नहीं उठता। सिर्फ जो कोई बहुत स्पेसिफिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर होता है, जिस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को क्रिएट करने के बाद उसका रख रखाव और उसका मेंटेनेंस एंड ऑपरेशंस को भी देखना ज़रूरी होता है, उस एक मेन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का हम एक ऑल्टरनेट देखेंगे, बट किसी भी तरीके से मुझे ऐसा नहीं दिखाई देता कि कोई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की कमी की वजह से किसी स्पोर्ट का, किसी खिलाड़ी का या किसी व्यक्ति विशेष का कोई भी यहाँ नुकसान होने वाला है.
In Gujarat, sailing was not part of the national games. It included the Goa event. So have you identified the venue for the sailing?
Yes, for sailing, we are in touch with the technical delegates of the Yachting Association. It is pretty much going to be that sailing is going to be in Goa, and it is very synonym with the seashores. So Donapaula is the preferred venue for having the sailing.
So how do you look at the two disciplines which are being supposedly not happening in Goa and being played outside the state along with the sister state? Do you think this might set a bad precedent for future national games where the state might say we don't want to host cycling and velodrome because we don't have the money to build the infrastructure? So do you think in that sense it might set a wrong precedent?
I don't think that it should be a wrong precedent set, because as I just mentioned, that when you talk about infrastructure development is important for a place, but then also more important is to maintain and to have consistency in that infrastructure. So this is also something very specific to the area. Like for example, my friend just asked me a question that in Gujarat National Games, sailing was not part of it, and this time it has been included. The reason it has been included because you have the possibility of having it here naturally. Gujarat National Games, it was not possible, but yes, I would not get back into the details then. It would have been, if it would have been part of it, it would have been with a sister state or a sister city like Goa, or probably on the shores of the Indian mainland. Similarly, we are talking about only one specific part, and which is a cycling velodrome. Now, a cycling velodrome, it is not only about the amount of money or about the capital investment to be done on that particular arena. It's the infrastructure has capex, and then it also has the opex part to it. So where it is already available, because you may be having more people indulging in that kind of sport in that particular area, so it is always a wise idea, in fact, to share the infrastructure, which is one specific infrastructure for a particular sport. We are not saying that the entire cycling event is being shifted out from Goa. The road race is going to be happening in Goa. It is only the track part which is requiring a velodrome is being looked out to be done outside the state of Goa.
Is there a possibility that you might just drop that event like you did with sailing?
Negative. No, it is going to be there. In fact, I would take this opportunity also to state that there is no discipline, no category of any sport that is thought of being dropped. We are going to have it in the full format. It is going to be a national game with the entire format of all the sporting disciplines.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please.
My question to the minister, please.
Before I pass on the mic, I would take this opportunity to compliment the citizens of Goa, to compliment the government of Goa, and congratulate all of you for having an electrifying, looking forward to having an electrifying sporting event in the state very soon. Well, I cannot comment on कौन से उसमें add करेंगे. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, there is an internal process that we have to still run. We have to look at various norms that they're doing, but I can definitely say a few names because we have had some demonstrations given by a few sporting teams and few federations. It is ranging from Pencak Silat martial art, which is primarily an Indonesian martial art, but it was part of the Asian Games. We have Square. Now Square is very close to the land of India because it is originating from Kashmir. So we have Square, which is being looked at, which was looked at. We have a new game, a new sport which has been introduced, which is roll ball. It is a combination of handball and skating. And we also looked at one of the traditional sports, and specifically from this area, which is Lagori. We are also looking at, from the ethnic part of India, It comes primarily from the state of Punjab, is Gatka, which is also a martial art form, and it is also having both the combat arm and it also has the artistic arm in it. So this is a list of few. Malakhamb is there, of course, it was there last time as well, and of course yoga, and yoga is very popular now. India is the nation which is iconic with this traditional form of wellness. So why not? Why not? We should be looking forward to be promoting what we have culturally inherited and we have in our place. So these are a few lists. However, as I said, in the times or in the months to come, and much before the games, we will have some of these included in the National Games program.
सर तुमका क्वेश्चन टोटल 37 गेम्स आसात
Hmm.
आमचे कडेन तितले एथलीट्स आसात की तुमी भायले एथलीट्स गोंया तर्फे खेळपाक हाडटात
ज्या तरेन these are national games. You are talking about the specific about the Goa. It depends upon all the associations who is going to take part and who is going to a part of the selection of the team. There are all the associations जे आसात ते constitutionाचेर चलतात. I will see that no, the constitution will be violated by any association, and त्या प्रमाणे we have already given a directions आणि तांकां आमी सगळे सांगिल्ले you prepare for the selection of the team. Team selection फक्त association करपाक तातूंत भितर आमचे गोंयचे जे आमचे SSG कडेन अटॅचमेंट आशिल्ले किंवा DSY कडेन अटॅचमेंट आशिल्ले कोचीस आसात, ट्रेनीज आसात किंवा आमचे ऑफिशियल जे आसात ते सगळे तातूंत भितर पार्ट आसतले आणि we will see that the Goa's best team will be participating in the 37 national games. आणि कितें आसा? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much.